Well, you'd think from the media that there would be a lot of prime drivers into this century, but actually there's fundamentally only three. The first one is AI, the second one is robotics, and the third is new materials. And the reasons are very simple. We face a series of problems that we and our mathematics just can't solve. And so we need artificial intelligence to help us with those. And it's everything from the protein analysis to complex problems of traffic analysis and just about anything you can think of to do with weather, farming, earthquakes. So that's the key reason for the AI. The robotics, we're running out of skilled people. Our workforce is becoming thinned out, and the complexity of the products that we are making demands that we have some kind of buddy-buddy working where there's a human and machine together. There are also applications in medicine where we're caring for people, but we don't have enough people to provide that care, so robotics is key. Materials, we don't see a future for sustainability based on raw materials that this planet provides. We need to create new materials, so we have coming down the pike steels and metals that are as light as a feather, but stronger than normal steel and metal. We have plastics that can do unusual things, from being programmed for color to storing energy. And these are the root of the next industrial revolution, new materials. Self-driving vehicles will have two key impacts. One, we'll be able to achieve a much higher packing density of vehicles on the road, i.e. we don't have to put so much concrete down for a given traffic flow. The second big impact will be a much greater safety. So the crossover point is very simple from an engineering point of view. Once the auto driving systems have fewer accidents or kill fewer people by at least an order of magnitude than human drivers done, it's a done deal. We will just click over to 100% machine driving. Getting people to trust technology is just a matter of getting enough exposure and enough experience. So, for example, the German auto industry is actually rolling out autonomous robots onto the shop floor so that people can work with them, so that other people can see that they're not getting hurt, that there is an advantage. When it comes to automobiles, it's a question of getting enough vehicles on the road with enough owners to spread the word of the positive experience with so few accidents, so few incidents that people feel that it's safe. We've done this before. It happened with elevators and it has happened with self-driving trains. And the only difference is these babies are not on tracks, they're on the road. So there's just an added degree of freedom or danger. It's a question of time. Yeah, I think this is another path to self-driving vehicles. You do it an increment at a time. I use automatic speed setting, auto cruise, all the time. In fact, I rely on it so that I don't get tickets from the police for speeding, because I just don't have the concentration capability to keep watching the speedometer. So I find it very useful. The next one is automatic braking. Once you've got that, it makes you relax because you can't hit anything. So really you're just in the situation of setting the speed and pointing the vehicle and you just go. And lazy driving, possibly. I think it's just very comfortable and it's very safe. The next step is please take the steering wheel out of my hands. I'll be very happy to let go. Building a driverless car has got many challenges, but I think the biggest one is not the artificial intelligence, it is actually the sensors. The sensors that will operate 360 degrees, 24/7 in all weather conditions to detect things that are dangerous or unusual where the vehicle has got to take action. On one level, that technology is so superior to a human being. By the time we recognize something is wrong and we start to make a decision to the point where our foot goes down hard down on the foot pedal is like a quarter of a second. The vehicle will do it much faster than that with AI. But if you get snow on the sensors or you get mud on the sensors and you're the driver and you don't know, that's one difficulty. It's easy to fix in that you can put alarms on that say, please clean the sensors. But we need very comprehensive sensors, and not just sight and sound, but also infrared, radar, the whole works. You need to see that an object in the road is a plastic bag rather than a dog or a cat, and you need to see through the fog. I would guess that 2050 will be a done deal and there will be no one driving anything on the road. But certainly 2030 you're going to still have a lot of people driving on the road, purely from the fact that you've got to replace this fleet of old vehicles. Even if we went 100% manufacturing self-driving vehicles tomorrow, it would take that length of time to eradicate all the old vehicles. So I would think that by 2030 we may well have 20% of the vehicles that are self-driving, and by 2050 I would have thought it would have been game over. There are two kinds of people on this planet: money rich, time poor. Money poor, time rich. Unfortunately, I am short of time. I can never find enough time to do what I want, and I view driving as actually a waste of my life. There's not an awful lot of fun of sitting in a traffic jam. I would be much happier if the traffic jams were taken out by the self-organizing vehicles that just rode along at 70, 80, 90, 100 kilometers an hour, 1 meter apart quite safely. That's the upside for me. I just want to get there. I don't want to actually drive.